UN 영어 뉴스 Matilda review film brings out Dahl's dark side. The film adaptation of the stage musical based on Roald Dahl's novel is nearly the year's most disturbing gothic horror movie, writes Nicholas Barber. People often talk about the darkness in Roald Dahl's children's books, and it's true. He doesn't hold back on references to bullying, poverty, death, and the dangers of being addicted to chewing gum. What's talked about less often, though, is how much the darkness is balanced by Dahl's jovial, conversational tone. Quentin breaks cheery, scribbly drawings, and the warm, loving parental figures that their young characters invariably meet. These vital ingredients ensure that however scary Dahl's stories can get, no one is going to be traumatized by them. The same can't be said of the latest adaptation of his work, Roald Dahl's Matilda the musical, which premiered at the London Film Festival on Wednesday. As close to Stephen King as it is to Dahl, it's only a couple of tweaks away from being the year's most disturbing gothic horror movie. The musical, written by Dennis Kelly, with songs by Tim Minchin, was first staged in Stratford-upon-Avon in 2010 and has been running in London's West End since 2011. Its original director was Matthew Waltz, and he directs the film too. But he doesn't make the common stage-to-screen mistake of recreating the live show moment by moment. Quite the opposite. He seems determined to make use of every cinematic technique possible. So he bombards the viewer with quick cuts, visual effects, elaborate stunts, complicated production numbers, countless locations, and what the hell, a random giraffe. Again, these painstaking visuals are preferable to a musical film in which the director simply points the camera at a stage for 2 hours. But it's hard to settle into the story when you are being battered by constant reminders that you are watching a film rather than a play. To be fair, not all of the in-your-face intensity comes from Waltz's direction. Thanks to some crafty restructuring by Kelly, there is nothing tangential or casual about the plotting. Every one of the novel's key episodes has been intertwined, and every one of its quiet, thoughtful interludes has been removed. Minchin's wordy songs have that relentlessness too. They tend to convey more about how clever he is than they do about the character's feelings. But even accounting for the musical's boom and the music, it does feel as if Waltz has made every aspect of the production as full-on as possible, and that includes the nastiness. It's there at the start when we meet Matilda's uncaring parents, the warm woods, played by Stephen Gray, and Andrea Riseborough. In some ways, Dahl's writing has been updated for today's sensibilities, hence the racially diverse cast, including Lashana Lynch and the kindly Miss Honey. But that updating hasn't extended as far as the film's attitude towards the working class. The Wormwoods are even more tasteless and stupid than they were in the novel, and Riseborough's grinning caricature of a bottle-blonde common as mock Harridan is too condescending to be funny. The most striking difference between the Wormwoods and their daughter isn't that she is a once-in-a-century genius with latent telekinetic powers, but that she sounds middle class and they don't. The nastiness intensifies when Matilda, Alicia Ware, arrives at Cruncham Hall, the forbidding, prison-like, yet weirdly popular school, run by the sadistic Miss Trunchbull. It's understandable that the Wormwoods don't care that their daughter's education is overseen by a psychopath, but it's odd that hundreds of other local parents go along with it. The film then becomes a remake of The Great Escape, in which the Nazi officers are replaced by Frankenstein's monster, skillfully played by Emma Thompson, under a ton of seamless prosthetic makeup. Trunchbull is both horribly evil and strangely pathetic. What she isn't for most of the film is any fun. As for Matilda, she isn't the modest, studious girl from Dahl's novel, but a scowling, defiant, hands-on-hips level from day one. Ware is well casted as the firebrand revolutionary, but her intense glare is a bit too intense. By the end of the film, I was more frightened of her than I was of Trunchbull. Some of the nastiness is delicious. The signs around the school say, "None of you are special, and you are all maggots," raise a smile, as do Matilda's lovably upbeat classmates. But it is extraordinary how melodramatic and sinister the film's second half gets. Did it really need quite so much anger and cruelty, so much splattering, mud, and drenching rain, and so many shots of people in tearful despair. Did Crunchen horse pupils have to endure quite so much emotional scarring? I wish that Watchus had remembered what Matilda tells Miss Honey in the novel. Children are not so serious as grown-ups, and they love to laugh. Well, if they watch Matilda the musical, they will laugh, but they may well scream and cry too. Nervous youngsters should probably stick to the book or to Danny DeVito's 1996 film Away, for that matter. So should nervous adults.